Okay, so today I am making a gift for several of my friends. I'm making a Cayenne muscle salve because we're all getting older and those muscles and joints hurt, and you can't always, Tiger Balm is expensive, right? So right now I have heating up cayenne oil that I've infused myself. It contains also clove oil and lavender, eucalyptus, St. John's wort, and castor oil. And then when I'm done, I'm going to add beeswax and some shea butter. So the reason why I chose those ingredients is because, first of all, everybody knows Ellie loves cayenne. It can do so many things. But for this, it's for better circulation. But a cayenne, when put on as a oil or a massage oil or a rub or salve, it penetrates in and can help that pain for the joints. All of these ingredients will help with pain in this instance. Eucalyptus, you can also use peppermint. I'm out. I used all mine yesterday, so I'm waiting for more to come in. But eucalyptus is, it's cooling. So cooling on that joint is really helpful when you've got those sore muscles. You want the heat, but you want it cooling too for the inflammation. And it feels good. So St. John's wort is for your, like I said, they're all for pain, but St. John's wort is for nerve pain. Okay, like this little bag, isn't it cute? But this is going to help with the nerves around those muscles, because sometimes the muscles tighten up because the nerves are going crazy. And you can't, if you only work with one, it doesn't help the other. And natural medicine is about the cause, not the symptom, right? Okay, of course I'm adding lavender because lavender is very soothing to the skin. Clove has manganese. I never say that word right. Manganese, okay? It's very strong, doesn't take much, but that's what is going to benefit your bones, okay? Penetrates in there, helps repair the bones, get that inflammation off the bone so that you can move, but it also will penetrate into that, can't remember what that stuff in between the joints is called. Cartilage, is that the word? Okay, so that's what I'm using. Now, I am a pinch cook, and it's a little hard for me to come up with recipes for you because I do it by sight on most occasions. But basically, I've got about 1/8 of a cup of the eucalyptus, a 1/4 cup of the clove oil, 3 cups of the cayenne oil. Now, these are not essential oils. These are oils that I have infused myself, okay? Castor oil. I put castor oil in everything that is used for external use because it is the oil that will penetrate the deepest. This stuff is phenomenal. It dissolves fibroids, bone spurs, tumors. I mean, this is like castor oil. Always have castor oil. I probably used about 3 tablespoons in this, and I am making 19 of these 1 ounce little containers. Just a little bitty thing, but perfect for your purse or your bug out bag or your car or whatever. Okay, and I got my little 1 ounce bar of beeswax. You can use pellets or shavings or whatever. And then, my shea butter. Now, like I said, I do this by sight, so if I melted this down, it would probably be a little less than 1/4 of a cup, maybe. Because you want it to be soft. You don't want it to be hard. Oh, lost my spoon. So, I've got everything in here except for the shea butter and the beeswax, and I'm simmering it. I don't want it to boil, because the more heat you add to that olive oil that I've infused, the more it pulls out the benefits, and you don't want that. So don't boil your oil, not to mention the fact that it will pop you and hurt. And then I got to do another video on burn cream, so which is coming. We're going to do a burn poultice tomorrow. But I'm going to leave this on the stove for probably an hour or so on the lowest setting. Just let that infuse really good. And then as soon as I'm done, I'm not going to show that on the video, but as soon as I'm done, I'm going to strain that out with cheesecloth. And then I will put it back in the pan on low, and I'm going to cut this up and put it in there and melt that. And I will at the same time add my shea butter and let it melt. And as soon as it's all melted and blended really well, I'm going to let it slightly cool so that it doesn't burn to the touch, but it's still quite warm. And I'm going to add it to my tins. And I will fill the tins, because it's not going to expand. I'm not going to whip it, okay? This isn't a whipped butter cream kind of thing. It's a salve. So I will fill them not to the brim, but pretty close, you know, about right there. And then I will leave them on the counter open until they completely cool and solidify. Then I will put the lid on. The reason I do that is because if I put the lid on and seal this while there's still heat radiating from it, it will never solidify. It will stay a liquid. And then it's just a pain in the butt, and just ew, you don't want to do that. So wait for it to completely solidify. It's cool to the touch. There's no heat. Then you can put your lid on. Then the important part, you want to make sure that you label it correctly. I haven't really talked about labels much, but you need to put as much information on your label as possible. You know, the name of whatever it is. I don't know if I'm going to call this mussel or cayenne salve. I don't know. I'll come up with something. But then you want all the ingredients in case somebody is allergic to one of the ingredients. You don't have to put the amounts in there, just the ingredients. You want to make sure to put any warnings on there for anybody. Any warning that comes with any of the ingredients, you need to add to your label. And then, you know, depending on what you're making, you want to put what it's for and an application. Go look at any of your labels. It's going to have all the directions for use. Put that information on there. And if it's something tiny like this, everybody knows what a mussel salve is for. So it's not like you have to make it complicated. But try to get as much info on your label as possible. Okay? And that's it. Y'all be blessed.